Welcome back to Combust Astrology. Let's talk about the new moon on November 20th. New moon's going to be in Scorpio with a retrograded Mercury attached to it. And this lunation is not a surprise because it goes along with the theme of the retrograde that's happening anyway. I think this lunation could be a beautiful reset for you as a person to show you that it's possible if you do get the ounce of faith or the ounce of an ability to change. I'm actually so tired of talking about change at this point, but it's what's in the air right now. You have a stellium of a fixed sign opposing a fixed sign Uranus, as well as having a trine to Pisces. If this is your birthday, God, what a year. You got a lot of work to do. And it's going to feel great at the end of it, but you have all the tools in your toolkit to do it, because while you're dealing with the opposition and the trine, you also get another beautiful trine. And then you get a lot of resourceful energy to get this done, because it's going to feel like it's what you have to do. The new moon is comprised of your individual self, meaning the identity of you. It's comprised of your communication, your thought habits. It's comprised of how you feel and the breaking out of that. And then it's also comprised of your values. All these planets here, and mostly these three, are opposing the Uranus and Taurus, which will destabilize you. So let's say you are a Scorpio rising, right? All this stuff is going on in your first house. And my biggest analysis for this would be like, choose your friends a lot more carefully, because Uranus is going to break apart connections with people. And it might not even just be the people that you're friends with, but it could be like the people that you hang out with because of those friends. And this can cause you to have to do a lot for your finances last minute, right? Looking for help from a generous person. It could be all of that. I like to keep astrology simple, so for me, looking at this whole transit, I'm like, it's demanding you to change. It's not even just requesting, it's demanding. Because Scorpio being something that wants to evolve, you don't really get too much of a window here, I don't think. It's not even something like new. This is something you've been dealing with this whole time. I could say the year, I could say the past 2 years since Saturn. I could also say since the lunations, eclipses. But it's just like, at some point it gets to a point, as my wife likes to say, you gotta just get it. And Pluto here being an outlier that out of sign trines Uranus and has a sextile still out of sign to Mercury, is just sitting there and watching it, right? It's like, hello, is this thing on? Are you not getting it? A good example of this, I think personally, is that what's going on in the grand scheme of this country, we have Pluto in case you don't know, 1776, America is a Sag rising. So America has Pluto sitting in its third house, and then all of this Scorpio in the 12th, and Uranus is currently sitting in the 6th, right? We have the 4th house having Pisces. I feel as though it doesn't come with a lot of explanation to understand this, but the so-called files dropping at this current point in time is not a surprising feat, especially as Jupiter is retrograded and this grand trine touches together. There's no way to escape the hidden truths of that, right? No matter how hard you run, the only option here is to change and demand change from inside the house, right? Like this right here removes a whole lot of bullshit. And Pluto, sitting in America's third house, is always going to be doing this. For the next 22 years, everything's coming to the surface. It's almost as if, like, and this isn't even political, but it's just like, if you're a Sag rising, everything that you've been running from, it's like you've been wearing this giant rubber band around your waist. And as you run and run and run, the farther you go, the more difficult it's going to be to run more, you know? And if you just so much as slip, if you just so much as don't have the exact traction on the ground that you need, you are going to get flung all the way back to the start. And I think that is the ideology behind what Pluto is doing in the mundane astrology of America, because it's like, it doesn't matter how much you try to avoid the origin, we are eventually going to get back, and everyone and everything in the path is also going to be taken a look at as we're hurling back to the start. So it's really interesting. That being said, thank you so much for watching. My name is Liv from Kabust Astrology, and have a great new moon.